Hello again, it's Susannah here to help you write good links. As I mentioned in the introductory video, links aren't just a few buttons scattered around your website saying contact me, book a call, or some such. They need to be written with care. After all, links are the defining characteristic of the web. Without them, the web wouldn't work at all, and your potential clients would have no way of getting around your website. In the previous module, I showed you the sort of diagram that you might have of your website. You divided your information into sections and you labeled them. And your main section labels become your top level links, usually 5 or 6, including standard ones such as home, about, and contact. Where you see products and services, they're all right, but it'd be so much better if you could be specific when you're describing what you offer. Here's a good example from the Web Gurus Nielsen Norman Group, NNG. You'll see they're quite specific. They have standard home and about, but they offer articles, training, etc. Remember that we're talking about navigation, helping users find their way through your site. So when your potential client clicks or touches a link, it should lead to what they expect, which is a page headed with the same words as the words in the link. So if you look over at the right, about NNG, it leads to a page headed with exactly those same words. There's a bit more detail there, but the journey is smooth. About leads to about. And this is to eliminate any uncertainty that could lead your potential client to hesitate or even give up. Now let's have a look at some buttons and think what they should lead to. About our business, we've already suggested, should lead to a page headed about our business. By the way, these are buttons that I just copied from various websites. Learn more, read more. These are very straightforward, but not very informative. Book or schedule a call obviously should lead to what you expect, which is a booking page, a calendar. What about register, sign up, and subscribe? These words are often used interchangeably, which I think is confusing. Subscribe sounds more of a commitment than sign up. Register is appropriate for an event, perhaps, but they tend to be, as I say, used interchangeably, and I think this is confusing. I think every link to a particular page should be worded the same. Then, apart from your main navigation and buttons, there's a lot more you can do to make your site really useful to your potential client. If you write links in the text, you enrich your website. And going back to the basic principle of your website, which is that it is there to answer users' questions, then as soon as you say something that might raise a question in the user's mind, there should be a link to answer it. For example, this is from my own website. I've mentioned value for money. Well, as soon as you say that, the user is bound to want to ask how much. So there is a link that answers that question. Then there are links to outside websites, outbound links. And by the way, this is a good thing to do. I know often people are very worried about sending people out of their site. They want to keep them in. But further down your website, when you're showing your knowledge and giving useful information, using a link to an outside website can be a good thing because it shows that you're knowledgeable and you're confident. The only thing I would say is, this is an example where I talk about my user experience certificate, and I give you a link to those gurus that I've already mentioned, Nielsen Norman. so that people can see that these are people who are really tops in the world of usability. And so it adds weight to what I'm saying and my qualification. The only thing I would add is if you link to an outside website, take the trouble to find the exact page on that site that answers the question. Don't just link to the home page. In this case, I do link to the home page because I think it's appropriate, but often people just put a link to the home page and then leave users to muddle through to find the exact information that they wanted. So that's writing good links. Make your site easy to navigate, enrich it with links in the text. Be as specific as you possibly can in your main nav. Make the words in a link match the heading of the page it leads to. Use the same words in every link to a particular page, even if you have a dozen links going to a particular page, about page or contact page. That is not boring, it's helpful. And if you're linking to an outside website, try, if appropriate, to link to a specific relevant page rather than just saying, here's a website that may tell you what you need to know. And all the time, you're answering users' questions.